to be talking about probably the most annoying part of my study abroad process, which was getting my visa. And it was a big pain in the butt, so I want to share you guys what you're gonna need and some tips to make getting your visa easier, faster, and yeah, so stay tuned. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna research is if you actually need a visa to study abroad. Some countries you won't need one for the duration you're there. Some countries you will, no matter how long you go for. So the thing for Spain is if you're staying longer than 90 days, you're going to need a student visa. So if you guys want to see, so I have my passport and like your visa is just, I'm not gonna like show you it besides my pic, but it's just like a picture and it's like a page and pretty much it just says you're allowed to study there. And when I got into Madrid, they stamped it before I like took my bus down and whatnot. So first thing, make sure you actually need to get a visa. And if your program offers a visa service and you're not close to a consulate, then I would suggest you utilize that service. My visa office was only about an hour and a half away, but I know some people that had to fly to get their visa, which is absolutely ridiculous. So if you're gonna need to fly, I would just suggest utilizing the service and paying, I think it's $250 for the service and the visa itself is $160, so you're paying like $90 to get it done for you, which is not bad. Okay, so now moving on to what you are going to need. So you're going to want to make an appointment. So if you are going to Spain or whatever, you log on to the consulate website, you make an account, you go to make an appointment under student, and then you'll see the list of available dates. Most visa places will not accept an appointment. If you're not traveling for 90 days, they won't accept an appointment, and if you're traveling in 30 days or less, they also will not accept an appointment. So anywhere from 89 to 31 days, they will accept your appointment. And everyone was like, oh, Hannah, your visa appointment is so late. I left on August 31st, and I had my visa appointment on July 23rd, and I was able to pick my visa up a week before I left. So it was fine, and I think that they know your departure date, and so they know when you have to get the visa by. So I wouldn't be too worried about timing, even though it could be important. Just make sure you make it more than 30 days. Otherwise, a lot of places won't even accept your application forms. So a list of things that you will need when you go and apply for your visa, which I think it's different when you go everywhere, but to apply for a Spanish visa at the consulate, you will need your visa application form, which you can download off the consulate website, which is good. And you are going to also, I don't know if this is just the Boston consulate, but some places you need a supplemental visa form, which is just like restating some of the information. And you have to fill out that one in capital letters, just a heads up. So you're going to need that and the application form. You're going to need your passport. You're going to need copies of your driver's license. You're going to need proof of insurance while you are studying abroad. My program provided me with insurance in a letter stating that I was insured. So most programs do that if your insurance is included. So just double check that. And you're going to need a proof of your acceptance. So just bring and make a copy of your acceptance letter. And the last thing, which a lot of people in front of me in line did not do, is you need a money order. They don't accept personal checks. So what you have to do is go to your bank or a bank, it doesn't really matter, and say, I need a money order for blank. Mine was $160. So say I need a money order for $160. You hand them at least either $160 in cash or you take it out of your account, and it looks kind of like a check, and you have your own for a copy And yeah, so then you just like fill it out like a check and it's a money order, and that is the only type of payment that they will accept. So make sure that you do that prior so you're not like running around getting a money order while you're at the consulate. Okay, here's something that they don't tell you on the website. You need copies of everything I just mentioned, because I did not have copies, and I went up to the window and I was like, okay, here's all my stuff. She's like, where are the copies? And there was nothing on their website that said you need copies, none of that. So make sure you have your visa application and a copy, your supplemental visa application and a copy, a passport and 2 copies. You need a copy of your passport, you need your real passport and 2 copies. You're going to need 2 copies of your driver's license or other form of photo identification. Student IDs, no good. Proof of insurance and a copy. Proof of acceptance and a copy. And the only thing you don't need a copy of is the money order. But yeah, so you do need copies. So save yourself some trouble and do that before you actually get to the consulate. And yeah, so make sure you do the copies, because that's one thing that I forgot and it like held me up. All right, so the actual visa getting process is so simple. I thought it was going to be like in a sit-down appointment. They were going to interview me and ask me questions, but really all that happened was I walked in the door, waited in line for a few minutes, went to the lady at the counter. She said, student visa? And I said, yes. I handed her my stuff. She checked it, made sure everything was filled out, and said, okay, if you don't hear from us in 30 days, then give us a call, send us an email, and okay, have a nice day. We'll see you when it's time to pick it up. So that was all it was. It's really easy, nothing to stress yourself out about. You don't need to wear anything fancy, no like specific dress code, which I was worried about, I thought. So I like dressed nice, made my mom come and dress nice. So yeah, so that is all I think I have for the visa process. Visas are the biggest pain in the butt, but they are absolutely necessary because you don't want to be traveling and staying illegally in a country. So check where you're going to get your visa, check if your program does a visa retrieval for you, make sure you have all your necessary documents, and enjoy, because once you have your visa, you are one step closer to studying abroad.